Hello, all of you. Myself, Dr. Sonam Gupta, working as an associate professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. So, today I'm going to discuss another complex topic in web designing, which is website planning. Now, the first and the foremost thing which comes is what is website planning and why website planning is so much required in website designing. So, the main objective is to understand the website planning. So, before understanding the how the website is to plan, we must also know that designing also plays an important role in website. So, for that, it is the most important part of building the website. And to before designing any sort of website, we need to identify that how the things will be taken place. Like before designing the website, we have to do a proper planning, like we are building a particular house. Like if we want to build a house, so what we need a particular design, exact design what is required so that the house can be built upon. Similarly is the case with the website as well. Before designing or before commencing a website, how the website is going to look, a design has to be finalized, whether it can be on the paper or on any software. So if we start building the house without giving a thought of the planning, so it may happen that it may be the house may be developed late. That means that should be uncomfortable dwelling, etc. So before that, in the same case is with the website as well. For that, we need to identify various things. What is it? What is the purpose of the website? Why we are creating the website? Whether we are creating the website for the children, whether we are creating it for a railway reservation, air reservation, or we are creating it for the purpose of banking, for news, etc. So first and the foremost, we need to identify the purpose of the website. Second one, we need to identify the target audience, that what audience is required to access the website. Like every website is not suitable for each and every audience. Like if we are creating suppose a news website, so that website might not be useful for the children of below suppose 5 years of age. So to identify the target audience is also very much required, so that we can develop the website accordingly. Next one, the website content. What will be the content will visible on the website? How the content will look? How much information the content will be giving to the user? Next one, the blueprint of a website. Blueprint of a website, like if I take the example of a house, so what we do, we take a blueprint of the design of the house, how the house will be looking, how many rooms will be there, what will be the size of each room, etc. Similarly for the website as well, we need to take out a blueprint. Next one, the directory structure of the website. It should also mention how the website will be looking, how the website will be scrolling over each another. And finally, it is the budgeting. That means to develop the website, we should not cross the budget. We should identify that what is the budget of creating that website, and in that budget only we have to create that particular website. Now, next one, it is the website purpose. What is the purpose of the website? This is the initial site of planning where we need to identify the purpose of the website. So there are various purpose of the websites. Like first one, it can be to educate the people. We are developing suppose an educational website, and the purpose of that website is to educate the people. So this is our purpose. Another purpose is can be to entertain the people, like YouTube, etc. That is again the purpose of making a website. To promote or sell a product, like we are having our e-commerce websites. So these are the examples of the website where we are promoting any product or we are selling any product. To promote an information on companies, products and sources, sports, travel, tourism, medicine, health, etc. These are just the few purposes of the website. There can be many purposes. Like if I talk about educate people only, so to educate people, there can be subcategories, like to educate the graduate students, the undergraduate students, or we are graduating below 5 or above 5 year of students. So that can be the case of the website. Next one, which we discussed, is the target audience. Target audience is required so that we should have their knowledge, their background interest, their needs, age, geographical location, etc. So for this purpose, the target audience is required. Next one, we discussed about the blueprint of the website. Like as we can see over here, we are having a file index.html. This is a simple blueprint that what will be the pages and how the pages will be interlinked with each other. So index.html, it is having further HTML pages, like it is having a GIF image, it is having HTML 2, 3 HTML pages, and other codes are given over there. So this is how this is the blueprint of the website, which just identify that how many pages will be there, how many images will be there, how they will be interconnected to each other. So this is basically going to give the complete hierarchical picture of the link among the pages in the website. So this is the basic idea about the blueprint of the website. Next is the website content. Website content, that means all the information that will be visible in the website. Now suppose if I talk about the website content, so who will write and provide the text? Like there is a news website. Now suppose we need to identify that who is the person who is going to write the content on that particular website, whether the developer is going to write the content or whether the administrator is going to write the content. We can also give some login rights to the news reporters as well. So who is going to authenticate that information and who is going to provide all those informations over the website? So this is required, who will write the content. Next one, who you are, who are you to write the content, how you are being authenticating on that particular site, what you do, what is your authority in the organization, how much capable or how much authorized you are to do the particular changes, how to contact you. If suppose any person wants to add his or her data on the website, then how you can be contacted. We can assemble the photographs and the logos as well on the particular website. Then we can update text, any other content, so that we can keep the site fresh and correct. This is the most important part of any website. Why so? Because if the data on the website is stale, so no one is going to look the website after 2 or 3 check-ins. Okay, so to make the website fresh and up to date, we need to regularize the data. We need to change the data automatically day by day. Now next one comes the directory structure of the website. So for that, directory structure is required for better management of the website. If I want that my website is looking in a better way, so I need to have a proper structure. Like if I talk about a computer system, in computer system we are having directories, we are having a root directory. In that directories we make our folders. In those folders we make our relevant files. Why this is required? This is required so that the particular structure, the particular directory structure can be maintained and we can easily access any type of file at any certain point of time. So for that, I had discussed just now, so this is a root folder. We are having one folder, course 1. In this course 1, various lectures folder is there. We are having various lectures involved in it. And along with it, we are having announcements, assignments, example, index, syllabus. So this is how the directory structure is maintained in a website. The directory structure is more or less same as that of a computer architecture. Now again, next we are having a grid based layout. So basically what are grids? As we all know, grids are like this is structure. The box like structure, it is known as a grid. So suppose this is a grid. We are having a grid based layout. That means we are having a home over here, index over here, HTML over here. Again, the page is divided into various portions. If I click over this part, the portion, that content in this portion will be changed. So this is how this grid based layout will be looking over there. This is the banner part. This is the content part. That is the index part where we can change the data. This is having an image. This is the information related to this particular image. And moreover, the content can be delivered over here. So this is the basic grid based layout. So in this grid based layout, we can arrange the content in a clean and rigid grid structure. Now see, if I look over this structure, I'm clearly able to see that the topmost portion is the banner portion. I can easily come over there. There will be many options over there like home, contact us, and we can have information related to various courses, various branches, etc. So, and over to the left hand side, I only know that this is the index. If I click over there, the content in the center will be changed. So this is the grid based layout. Next comes the navigation. What is navigation? Navigation, it is the way of finding used on the websites where the visitors interact with each other, and they keep navigating simple, intuitive and consistent on every page. It is the key. The data has to be consistent on every page. Like if I talk about this structure, if I'm having this great layout structure, on one page I am having one banner, that means this top banner is different on every other page. So what will happen? The user will not be able to justify, or the user will not be able to get what the data was there in the previous file. So the data has to be intact. Next, it is the load time. For the load time, we wait for the website to load. It will lose the visitors, and if the website is loading in a very much higher time, what will happen? There will be less number of visitors in the website. So nearly half of the visitors will expect the site to load in 2 seconds or less, and they will potentially leave a site that isn't loaded within 3 seconds. So to optimize the image sizes, it will help load the site in a faster way. Next, it is the mobile friendly. The website should be mobile friendly, since we all are using our mobile phones these days. What we want, that the website which was opening in my laptop, which I was able to access in my laptop, I should be able to access it in my mobile as well. So for that, the website, it should be mobile friendly. So most people are using their mobile phones. So before building the website or after building the website, we must be very careful that the website must have a responsive layout. There can be different sections over there, but the website must be easily accessible on the mobile phone as well. Next comes the domain and the hosting part. Now, the objective, it is to understand the domain and the hosting. What is domain? What is hosting? Let's see these terms one by one. So, domain names and host names, they are two different services. But to work or to make any website working possible, these two work hand in hand. So we need both domain name and the hosting so that the website can work successfully. For that, basically a domain name, it is like a massive structure that is being constantly updated. It is being constantly updated, and behind every domain name, there is an address of the website which is storing those particular website files. Now, what will happen if I do not have any domain name? It is not possible to find the website, because what will happen, every website, as we know, that there is having a unique IP address for every website, but it is not possible to remember the IP address of each and every website. So what happened? We have a domain name. By the help of that domain name, we can easily access that particular website. So if I don't remember the domain name, or my site does not have a domain name, I will not be able to look that particular website. Now, next one, as I told you, that to build a website, I need both domain name and website hosting account. So just buying a domain will not work if I do not have a hosting domain. So we have to use the particular domain name for a specific period, basically, and usually it is for 1 year. Then we renew it after every year. So for web hosting, we need our website files that are visible, so that the files can be stored over there. It can store the database as well. From there, we can access that website. Now, suppose let's look over here. We are having a domain name www.google.com. So basically it is divided into various parts. This whole portion, the whole name, http google.com, what is this? This is known as a URL. What is URL? URL, it is the Uniform Resource Locator. Okay. Now coming to these terms one by one, this HTTP. This HTTP, it is the protocol. It shows that what type of services or what type of protocols we are using. We can have multiple protocols, like if I am transferring any file, then I have to use this protocol FTP. Okay, if I'm sending a mail, then I will use a protocol SMTP. That's a simple mail transfer protocol. Okay, so depending on the service which we are using, this name of the protocol will be changed. Now, this .com. What is this .com? This .com is used for commercial things. This is a top level domain name. And Google, if I come to over here, Google, it is a second level domain name. We can have many names instead of .com. Let's see this. Like if I am using .com means I am using it for the commercial purposes. Edu, we are using it for the educational purposes. If I write over .gov, government purposes. INT, international purposes. MIL for military. NET for network. And ORG for the non-profit organizations. So for that we can use it. Now what to consider, what are the things that we need to keep in mind before buying a domain name? I cannot have my domain name if I'm having a website of a banking like abc.com. For every domain name, I should have a logic how that particular domain name is to be created. So first thing, it is the keywords. Like what are the keywords that will be including in the website? That will be over here. Branding, for what purpose we are making it, whether it is for the railways, airlines, for the banking purposes, for the educational purposes, for which branding we are going to use it. Length, hyphens and more. So how much lengthy it will be, how many hyphens it will be include, underscores it can be there. Domain extension, like these are the few extensions that we have just discussed, like for educational, for the commercial purposes, for which purposes we are using that website, that will also be taken into account. Now next is the web hosting. Web hosting, we need to understand the objective of the web hosting. What is the objective behind hosting the web? Basically, web hosting means where we keep all the files of the website to keep the website live. All the files or the databases, etc. will be saved over that server, and there the file will be saved. Like if the domain name was the address of your house, then the web hosting, it is the actual house that will be pointing it to it. Okay, and someone, whenever it will enter into the domain name in the browser, then what will happen? The domain name will be converted into the IP address. Just now I have told that every website is having a unique IP address that will be converted into that IP address. And when the web hosting companies is specialized in storing and servicing, they are having various types of plans for the customers. Some of the hosting services provided for the free of cost for few months. But ultimately, if you want the website to be of your name, of your own domain, then we have to buy that particular domain and the hosting services. Next is the domain name registrar. So for that, we are having the IP addresses for those domain names. What are basically domain names? These are simple alphanumeric which we are used to access the website. Okay, so these are the domain names. Like if I see over here, this domain name, the user right over here, example.com, what will happen in the DNS server? The DNS server will see that for example.com, what is the IP address? It will go to this IP address, that is the server IP address. There it will access the website, and then similarly to the example.com, it will return the response. So request will go to the DNS. First this request will go, and then this response will be coming over to this main site. Next is the domain name registrar and the registry. So registrant, this is a registrant who is what? Who is an individual or group who will register for the domain name. Then there will be registrars. They will be accredited by the registries, and then registry operators will be there who will be maintaining all the records. We are having ICANN. This is a non-profit organization who will be working for it. So basically, what is a registrar? Registrar, it is like a dealership for domain names, and the registry, it is like a manufacturer. Next is the website. So basically, we are having two types of websites. First one, it is the static website, and second one, it is the dynamic website. What is the difference between static and the dynamic website? For the static website, as the name suggests, that the contents will not be changed in the static website. Like we are having our blogs, any website that is just used to create some information which will be static, which will not be changed. Now, what will be the dynamic website? On the contrary, if I talk about the dynamic website, then the content of the dynamic website will be changing dynamically. What it will mean? It means that the data will be updated regularly. For example, if I talk about a news website, So the news website, it is a dynamic website since the data keeps on changing over it regularly. So the static website, it is the basic type of website and it is easy to create because the data is not to be modified again and again. The codes are fixed, they do not get changed, and it more or less looks like a printed page. This is a dynamic website. What will happen? We are having databases, servers, and the clients in the browser. Client will request for the databases, server will give the response back to the database and the response to the clients as well. So it includes all those things like Java, HTML, CSS, PHP. The combination of all these makes a dynamic website. So basically, it uses client-side scripting or server-side scripting, and in many cases, it uses both to create the dynamic content. Now, to understand the HTML, we know that HTML, it stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is not a programming language. It was developed by Tim Berners-Lee, and it is basically created by W3C, which is World Wide Web Consortium. And in HTML, we are having the HTML tags, which we can use for formatting. This is a simple HTML structure which we can use. We are having the doc type. This we have discussed in earlier slides as well. HTML head tag, title tag. Head tag will be closed over here. Like head, it is being opened over here, closed over here. So that means it is a paired tag. We can write any data which we want to look in the website using this body, paragraph, and similarly it will be closed. So these are the tags that we can use over there. This is a heading tag. Heading H1 to H6 we can have. H1 means much more bolder and H6 it is the smaller. Now similarly paragraph tag. To make the paragraph we use this P tag. P tag is again a pair tag since it also needs to be closed. Line break tag. So line break tag is used to come to the next line. So this is how it will make, like I have written over, hello, you delivered your assignment on time. And then I have created this BR, this means the line break. It will come to the next line, thanks, and then it will be printed. So this is some structure about the HTML and how the website planning is to be done. Thank you.